In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to make this super soft and fluffy Japanese milk bread. Once you try this bread, you are never going to be the same ever again. It is soft, fluffy, and flaky thanks to the Tang Zong method, which we'll get into soon, but it's perfect as dinner rolls, or you can even use them to make burgers because it's just so good. So without further ado, let's get started. The first thing that we're going to do is make the Tang Zong. For that, in a small saucepan, combine together some all-purpose flour and water, and we're going to give this a good whisk until everything is fully incorporated, and then go ahead and cook this on medium to low heat for about 2 to 3 minutes until it is thick like this. This is what it should look like, and when you pick it up with a spatula, it should not fall over. We're going to transfer this into a small bowl and then refrigerate that for at least 20 minutes or until it is fully cooled down. This here is the Tang Zong. It's going to be added into the dough with the other ingredients, and what it does is keep the bread moist and fresh for a longer period of time. Now in the bowl of your stand mixer, combine together the rest of the ingredients except for the softened butter, and you can also make this by hand, but I highly recommend that you use a stand mixer because the dough is quite sticky. Also, you can even use active dry yeast instead of instant yeast. The instructions for that will be available on the blog. Click the link in the description box below. Now we're going to knead this on medium-high speed until the dough comes together. While the dough is kneading, I just want to let you know that I have a free downloadable ebook with 4 delicious Mother's Day recipes. Since Mother's Day is coming up, you might want to go ahead and download that because you won't find those recipes anywhere else. Now that the dough has come together, we're going to add in some softened unsalted butter, and you're going to add this in 2 batches, mixing well between each addition. It's really important that your butter is soft, otherwise it will have a hard time incorporating into the dough. You know, while I was recording this video, I realized how hard it is to film a stand mixer that's running. It's very difficult to show you what's going on the inside, so sorry for this head thing of the stand mixer that's just in your way. Once you've added in the butter, let your dough knead for additional 1 to 2 minutes until it's nice and smooth, and then transfer it onto a floured surface and bring it together into a large ball. Transfer the dough into a greased bowl, and then we're going to cover and let that rest for at least 1 hour or until it has doubled in size. You can also make the dough the night before. Check out the blog for instructions on that as well. Once the dough has rested, we're going to give this a gentle punch and then remove the dough onto a floured surface once again. Fold the dough onto itself like I did here in the video and roll it out into a log shape. It doesn't have to be too thin and too long. Next, you're going to use a dough cutter, I think that's what it's called, and cut this dough into 75-gram portions. If you don't have a kitchen scale, don't worry about it. It doesn't have to be super precise, just make sure they all look almost the same size. Now we're going to roll out each of these portions into smooth balls. I just did a million voiceovers trying to explain what I'm doing here, but it's very difficult to say it, so just do it like I'm doing it, and if it sticks to your palms, just add some oil or some flour and just do this to the rest of the balls. You should get about 8 to 9 balls, and if one is smaller, it's okay. We're going to arrange this onto a greased 9-inch pan, leaving space in between because it is going to rise, so cover and let that rest for another 45 minutes. It's been 45 minutes and we only have one last step before we can finally bake these, and that's adding on the egg wash. It's 1 egg yolk whisked with some milk. Brush that on using a pastry brush. Be gentle because we don't want to deflate the air that's in the dough right now. And then you're going to bake this in an oven preheated to 180 degrees Celsius or 350 degrees Fahrenheit for 20 minutes or until the top is nice and golden brown. The written recipe is available on thefoodflamingo.com with lots of tips and tricks and detailed instructions. Look at that color, and now we're going to make this even better by adding on a layer of melted butter. That's right, you're going to take some melted butter and just lather that all over the bread, on the sides, on the top, wherever you can possibly get it. You can also take this to a whole new level by adding on some garlic butter instead of regular melted butter. I didn't have any and I was too lazy to make some, so I'm just sticking to regular melted butter. I mean, it does a job. Look at how shiny and good that looks. You can use these as burger buns, as dinner rolls, have it with a cup of tea or coffee, or my favorite, have it by itself because it's just that good. But I do recommend that you let it cool down a bit before serving. As you can see, mine was steaming a little bit. You don't want to do that, let it cool down. If you haven't already, remember to subscribe to the Food Flamingo for more easy and delicious recipes just like this one. Like the video if you liked it, and comment down below if you tried the recipe or if there's anything else you'd like me to make. And as always, thank you so much for watching.